Today we come to the hymn Jesus the Joy of Loving Hearts, which is the 79th hymn in the series of traditional hymns and songs. This is a very old hymn, seemed to have been written by Bernard of Clairvaux. Bernard was a nobleman by birth and was born in 1091 in a castle, but gave up all his riches and luxuries to follow Christ. His parents, especially his mother, Alith, taught him the virtues of justice, mercy, and affection for others. His mother's death when he was 17 affected Bernard profoundly. He began to experience a more profound conversion and a call to study theology. He entered a Benedictine monastery in 1112. His talent was soon recognized, and 3 years later he was asked to establish a monastery at Clairvaux. That was a successful venture, and a number of monasteries were established throughout France under his leadership. In spite of these remarkable achievements, the focus of his life remained twofold: knowing God and serving the needy. He expressed a similar thought in one of his writings when he said, "To know Jesus and Him crucified is my philosophy, and there's none higher." He challenged popes and political and religious leaders of his day to live righteous lives. He also organized many evangelistic campaigns and drew people to Christ. Before Bernard, monks rarely spoke or associated with anyone else. Bernard was an exception. 400 years after Bernard's death, Martin Luther referred to him as the best monk that ever lived, whom I admire beyond all the rest put together. The translator of the hymn is Ray Palmer. Ray was born in Rhode Island in 1808 and worked in Boston as a clerk in a dry goods store for several years. But a religious awakening prodded him to study for the ministry. He attended Yale and was ordained in 1835, and he became the pastor of the Central Congregational Church. Palmer was a popular preacher and author, writing original poetry as well as translating hymns. The hymn Jesus, the Joy of Loving Hearts expresses a deep faith and trust in Jesus Christ. The hymn encourages believers to realize that in Jesus they can find joy, light, contentment, and fulfillment. It reminds us that the salvation brought by Jesus has not lost its effectiveness, has not changed with time, and that those who will seek Him will indeed find Him. The final verse is a prayer that Jesus will be with us and remain with us for the rest of our lives. We will now listen to the hymn sung by the choir of Chet Valley Churches. May God bless you. Amen.